do songs with Puffy. You got Steve Harvey, old this to tell him, well,
Tunes with Puffy, you got Steve Harvey, old you know this tell world well. It seems as though Harvey has ended up in some difficulty again in the sparkling universe of VIP connections. Not all things are as it appears to be the new disclosures encompassing Diddy brushes and Lori Harvey uncover a hazier, more convoluted side of media outlets. At the core of this debate lies the disrupting idea that Lori's relationship with Diddy might not have involved the heart yet, rather a result of her dad, Steve Harvey's supposed obligation to the rap mogul. Did child date her? Yes. That can't be valid. The story takes a vile turn with Sunite, a previous death row record leader, revealing insight into Steve Harvey's alleged job in Diddy's realm. Night's stunner allegations paint an upsetting picture, recommending that Steve Harvey could have been something other than a companion to Diddy. He suggests that Harvey was engaged with tidying up after Diddy's various embarrassments, a job that goes past expert brotherhood and clues. At a more profound, more dismal association, Diddy appears to have had specific individuals in the business tidy up after him. Each time he makes a wreck and expressed straightforwardly naming Steve Harvey as a vital participant in these smokescreens. I believe it's more fascinating than Steve Harvey's. The ramifications of Knight's charges are sweeping. They challenge the public's view of Steve Harvey, a figure known for his fruitful program's parody visits and selling books. The idea that such an unmistakable figure could be compliant to one more performer, not to mention associated with embarrassment, the board is jolting. It creates a shaded area over Harvey's generally celebrated lifetime and brings up issues about the idea of his relationship with Diddy. You realize I have a profound knowledge of this East Coast, West Coast competition thing here. Yet we in Chicago, now this contention stuff we got to quit. Adding to the intricacy of this present circumstance is the contribution of Lori Harvey. The model and business people association with Diddy has been a subject of extraordinary investigation and hypothesis. In a noteworthy meeting with the news, have Adrienne Bailon, Lori Harvey herself, disproved the heartfelt story that had been built around her in Diddy. I frequently hear claims that I am involved with somebody whom I haven't even met face to face. She unveiled a proclamation that goes against this comprehension. Public might interpret her contribution with the rap chief. This disparity between open discernment and reality as obvious, while Lori was habitually seen with Diddy. Her own words proposed different story, one that adjusts all the more intimately with the upsetting situation painted by Knight's disclosures. It implies that her relationship with Diddy was not an individual decision, yet rather an outcome of her dad's traps. With the rep Mongol, in spite of the twirling bits of gossip and media craze, Lori Harvey's position on her relationship with Diddy lays out a distinctly unique picture from what people in general was persuaded to think. The course of events of Lori and Diddy's reputed relationship is a story of theory and logical inconsistency. Summer 2019 denoted the start of murmurs regarding their inclusion, with TMZ noticing Lori as a long-term family companion of the Coms anyway. Notwithstanding the uncontrolled theory and paparazzi consideration, neither Lori nor Diddy at any point affirmed their relationship. The secret developed in July 2019, when they were seen in global districts like Italy and Mexico, feasting with Lori's folks and knocking some people's socks off with matching outfits in Manhattan. Diddy and Lori Harvey, they're warming things up in Italy. Notice her arm is on the rear of his seat, yet Lori Harvey dissipated the commitment reports that followed, declaring at a Kirk occasion, "I'm not participated," in light of the buzz about a ring she was wearing. Diddy child Justin Combs added to this story, but dubiously remarking on their requirement for protection, and in a roundabout way affirming the unpredictable idea of their relationship. This combined with the way that Diddy himself portrayed their association as a tomfoolery throw, according to a source near him who addressed E! News, adds layers to the story. Diddy's attention on recuperating in family as referenced by the source, differentiates the public's faith in a committed relationship among him and Lori. To 49, Diddy is 49 years of age, gracious man. That is a 2070 contrast as 2019 advanced marks of a separation arose. Lori purportedly unfollowed Diddy on Instagram, a current indication of relationship inconveniences. A source near Diddy told a news he and Lori had a good time. Hurley at Diddy is as yet recuperating and zeroing in on himself. Right now, he isn't prepared to be in a drawn-out, serious relationship and is zeroing in on his children. Right now, this assertion alone says a lot, recommending that anything that their relationship was, it was transient. And cautious, the snare of bits of gossip encompassing Lor's dating life doesn't end with Diddy, with associations with Diddy's child Justin brushes. Another high-profile calculates Lor's heartfelt life has been a steady subject of hypothesis. Tending to these tales, Lori explained in a meeting with E! News, have Adrienne Balan. I've heard I dated a dad and child before. In no way, shape or form genuine her refusal of dating both Diddy and his child Justin obviously differentiates the public account. This example of inconsistency and disavowal in Lor's connections brings up issues about the legitimacy of these public stories. Are VIP connections being controlled for individual or expert? Increase. Lor's own words indicate a distinction among the real world and the narratives turned by the media. It's so entertaining on the grounds that I'm so tranquil. There's been such countless stories that have been made up about me, she imparted to Balan, uncovering the dissimilarity between her confidential life and public insight. Lor's relationship elements, particularly with Diddy, oppose conventional comprehension. The idea that Diddy is most certainly not Lor's sort, and that she had to date him, adds an agitating layer to the account, hinting an absence of office in her decisions, as 2023 roles in both Lori and Diddy have continued on zeroing in on their vocations and self-awareness, abandoning a path of bits of gossip and guesses. This account of Lori Harvey and Shad Diddy stays an inquisitive section in the chronicles of VIP connections. It mirrors the complicated transaction of VIP status, familial ties, and public investigation, where genuine goals and feelings are many times covered, passing on the crowd to think about what lies underneath the outer layer of these sparkling public personas. What's the best counsel they've given you? Simply recollect that you're the award. Consistently blast best guidance. The adventure of Cassie's turbulent relationship with Sean Diddy brushes accepts a significantly more obscure turn as subtleties of their fight in court become known, disentangling an account of supposed misuse and control. This frightening story creates a shaded area over Diddy's personality, as well as brings up disturbing issues about the idea of his associations with other conspicuous figures, including Lori Harvey. Cassie's charges against Diddy are out and out dangerous. In a chilling claim, she blamed the music magnate for a progression of deplorable demonstrations, arranging a picture of a man distant from his public persona. Mr. Combs offered Ms. Ventura at figures to quiet her and forestall the documenting of this claim. Her lawyer, Doug Wigder, uncovered, featuring the frantic lengths supposedly taken to keep her calm. The claim clearly subtleties 10 years of brutality and terrorizing with Cassie, portraying how Diddy attacked Ms. Ventura in her own home, frequently punched, thumped, kicked, and trampled Ms. Ventura, and even exploded a man's vehicle out of desire. The seriousness of these allegations couldn't possibly be more significant. They portray an example of conduct that is both stunning and profoundly upsetting. Cassie proclamation. I'm at last prepared to recount my story and to shout out for myself and to serve different ladies who face viciousness and maltreatment in their connections. Highlights the boldness it took to approach her attorney. Doug Wigder praised her grit, expressing she should be complimented for doing so. This legitimate tempest, anyway, was immediately settled with Cassie, declaring, I have chosen to determine this matter genially on conditions that I have some degree of control. The settlement, shrouded in mystery, suggests a non-divulgence arrangement a strategy not new to Diddy. This move lines up with his past activities, where ends were utilized to oversee media stories and stay quiet about mysteries. The absence of straightforwardness in the settlement has left people in general hypothesizing about the genuine degree of the claims and what could have been yielded away from public scrutiny. Amidst these disclosures, consideration unavoidably goes to Lori Harvey's own inclusion with Diddy. The claims against Cassie portray what might have been Lor's world, raising worries about her prosperity. During her experience with Diddy, the inquiry poses a potential threat. How should Steve Harvey, mindful of such upsetting claims, possibly coordinate his girl's relationship with Diddy? Yet, I would feel like flopped as a dad, assuming I'm sitting opposite the table with a buddy as old as me that is dating my girl. Cass' fight in court against Diddy, while settled in the courts, leaves a fresh injury in the public talk. It not just reveals insight into the dim underside of VIP connections, yet in addition compels us to rethink how we might interpret the elements at play. In these prominent reasons, the ramifications of her allegations reach out